Experience. It's the teacher of all things. Its lessons propel you forward to overcome obstacles and learn how far you can go. It's what makes you, you. And it's at the heart of every Macquarie University degree. It means you can combine virtual and on-campus learning and personalise your degree. With courses co-created by industry leaders and degrees with inbuilt internships, you learn directly from those with experience. When you're powered by our collective, you get the experience you need to get ahead. You become more than just you. You become you to the power of us. Macquarie University.
Good afternoon. Hello, graduates. How are you? I'm just wanting to get your attention for a little bit. We're going to do a little bit of a briefing before we let the rest of the guests in. Eventually we'll settle and the noise will subside, and then we've got you. Okay, great. So firstly, I just wanted to say congratulations to you all. We really want you to have the most enjoyable day possible to celebrate your achievements. So we're just going to talk through a bit of what the ceremony will entail to alleviate, if you have any concerns or anything like that. My name is Ree. I work here at Macquarie University in the graduation team. And we'll be here backstage and around to make sure everything goes well. We'll be backstage to run you through everything before you take your moment to cross the stage here. So I just want to talk you through the running order of operations. So the ceremony will commence at about 2:30. At the beginning, the academic procession will make their way down the red carpet and onto the stage. We'll all stand for them if we're able to, and then when they're on the stage here, they'll do the national anthem, which I think out of respect, generally people remove their hats for the anthem. If you're so inclined, you're also welcome to sing the anthem as well, if that is your vibe. After that, the presiding officer, who is the Vice-Chancellor for today's ceremony, will open up proceedings. He'll do a brief introduction, say some words, and then he'll introduce the occasional speaker. So the occasional speaker today is distinguished Professor Wendy Rogers. She'll do the occasional address, and after that, that is when we get into the part where you guys are the stars. So you'll be conferred your degrees in a ceremonial sense, and then we'll take you backstage with us to receive your test namers and then cross the stage, and then that will be it. Then you get to chill. So we have, I think it's 194 in terms of graduate numbers, and in terms of the proceedings, when we're pulling the rows, I'm not sure, I don't know if I can see seat 194 if they're here. Oh yeah, there you are. So 194 will be the first person to cross the stage, and seat number 1 will be the last person to cross the stage. So it's in reverse order. So a lot of pressure on you, 194, to show everyone how it's done. If you're a little bit unsure, I'm just going to walk through exactly what it will look like. But essentially, like I said, we'll pull you one by one, the rows backstage, we'll hand you your testamers, and then you'll come up onto the side ramp at the back and wait there for further instruction. So when you get your testamers, you're just holding it there in your left hand, freeing up your right hand for all the other business. I will just demonstrate what that will look like on the stage. You'll be at this backstage point with some of you will be with me, giving you the final instruction. You'll walk up onto the stage. Today, reading the names will be the Dean of your faculty, Professor McNeil. He will read your names. He'll do a hat doff to you, and you will return that with the right hand. So for those with the trenches, the top of the hat is a lot higher than you probably would think. So when you reach up, get a feel for where that is and where it is in relation to your body. After he reads your name, and if you're a research student, he will also read the title of your thesis. And after that occurs, you'll cross to the center of the stage. And the presiding officer, who I mentioned is the Vice-Chancellor today, will be here so you can have your stage photo. It's often called the handshake photo, so if handshake is something you'd like to do, just handshake with the left hand is holding the testamer. If for any reason shaking a hand is not your thing, for any reason you have, as you're approaching, just cross the hand over the chest, and then that will indicate to him, no thanks, don't want a handshake, which is also totally fine. So then we're just posing here with a picture, and then we're making our way off the stage, down the back of the ramp here. So definitely, this is not the exit of the stage. I just mentioned that because that has occurred. It is down the back here, down the ramp, and then the team at the back will direct you back to your seats, and someone will direct you back to your seats. The other temptation you may have, because you may be feeling nervous, is going down the center aisle as well. Definitely don't do that one as well. So that process where you're crossing the stage will probably be the shortest moment of the day. It'll probably be like 20 seconds, maybe 30 seconds. We'll be in the ceremony for about 90 minutes. So in the scheme of things, it's quite small, but it is, in the scheme of things, the biggest moment of the day. But we want to just make sure that you guys feel comfortable, you feel relaxed, you know what to do. So we are here. We'll be backstage. If you have any questions, we'll be able to answer them for you. So I'd just like to say again, congratulations. I hope you enjoy the day, and the team and I are here if you need anything. So thank you.
When you graduate from Macquarie University, you become part of our alumni community. A vast connected network that spans the globe. With thought leadership and networking events, locally and around the world. Where you can connect with other alumni, find a future employer or employee, Also, as part of the alumni community, you have access to a wide range of benefits, including special discounts, free access to the library for life, an alumni e-magazine, special events, networks, and career and professional development opportunities. We celebrate and champion our graduates' stories and achievements, so stay connected and stay informed. That's you to the power of us. Stay connected by letting us know where your journey takes you. Simply update your details at mq.edu.au/alumni.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the guests to Macquarie University. I know for many of you this may be the first time attending the campus, so I hope you enjoyed today and you've enjoyed our beautiful campus. In just a few moments, the ceremony is going to commence, and to commence the ceremony, what will happen is the academic procession will make their way into the hall via the centre red carpet. Then they'll take their place on the stage. We will have Advance Australia Fair, and at that point, before they enter, I'll ask everyone to stand if they're able to. Just before that, just a couple of housekeeping things. We have a full house today, which is fantastic to see. It's great to see so much support for our graduates. I would just ask that if you could please stay in your seat where possible. We don't want people to be standing in the centre aisle or in the side aisles. And I just want people to be mindful, if you need to take a photo and you want to get a better view, you can stand up, but just be mindful that, there are a lot of people, and if we're standing, we might be impeding somebody else's view and enjoyment. So we'll just be mindful of each other in this little space that we've got. The last thing I mentioned is you can see these doors here that are marked as fire escapes. So as tempting as it might be to get a great shot from there, I would just ask that you refrain from standing in those fire escapes. So as I mentioned, we're going to start in just a moment, and I will come back again once we're ready to go. So just sit tight for a couple of minutes, and then I'll let you know when we're ready to go. Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm back again. In just a few moments, the ceremony will commence with the academic procession entering the graduation hall. Might I please ask, if you are able to please stand for the entry of the academic procession.
Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are one and free. With golden soil and well-fought toil, our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty, rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains, then let us sing, advance Australia fair. Please be seated. Distinguished guests and graduates, I would like to invite Uncle Chris Tobin, representative of the Darug people, to offer the traditional acknowledgement of country.
Thank you. Warami Mitika. Hello friends, and Nalawa, welcome. We begin today by acknowledging that we gather here today in Wallamata, traditional country of the Darug people and ancestral clans lands of the Wallamedigal, the Snapperfish people. I wish to pay my respects to those that have gone before us, our elders and our ancestors, and to thank the university for the invitation to come and join you for the acknowledgement of country. The acknowledgement of country, for me, is one of the encouraging and beautiful features of contemporary Australia, where we have the opportunity to pay our respects to Aboriginal Australia and affirm ourselves as a community that cares about what is right and who works together in common purpose for the social and environmental healing of our country. My family, in fact, descend from Yarramundi, a respected elder and cleverman of the neighbouring Burrabrongal clan during the early years of colonisation. He saw that our survival in this new world could best be secured if we could learn more about it. So he enrolled his daughter, Bullangai, or Maria as she is known, into the Native Institute, a school set up in 1815 by Governor Macquarie, offering formal education to Aboriginal children. Maria studied there for several years and used her newly acquired skills to lobby and eventually secure some land for herself and her family out along the Richmond Road. Other Aboriginal families soon joined them, and seeking refuge there during the brutal displacement of Aboriginal people throughout the 1800s. It became a refuge for other Aboriginal families. The place became known as the Blackstown, where the present-day city of Blacktown gets its name. And we're very proud of her, as I'm sure your families are of you here today. And with good reason. Your success is our success, your advancement, our advancement. Now that was probably better understood in more traditional times when camp groups were smaller and clans abided by strict sharing laws, which meant the food that you caught and brought back was distributed throughout the rest of the camp. Your skills and good fortune were thus enjoyed by all. Your efforts literally nourished the rest of the community, and you in turn were looked after by them. Yes, we can live quite beautifully when we work together. Our Aboriginal ancestors certainly lived well in many respects, and I use occasions like this to offer them to yourselves as a model or a benchmark on how good to expect our lives today. You see, when Captain Cook arrived here a little over 250 years ago, he described the people he encountered as one of the happiest people he'd ever met. They owned nothing, he wrote, but the tools they carried. They were mostly naked, made their shelters from the bark of trees without cutting them down, and fed their family from the earth without excessive tilling or clearing. Excuse me. There was no slavery, no rich and poor, no rents or mortgages, and no homelessness. People cooperated to collect the resources that were needed, which were then shared out according to strict Aboriginal law. Our lands are maintained in their natural state through fire and responsible harvesting. Our rivers and waterways kept clean and unpolluted, with people drinking out of them, as they've done here in Wallamata, for the past 20 to 30,000 years. So please consider, this is not an ideal or a dream yet to be realised. This is normal life for us and for the longest time, and not too long ago either. So there is no good reason why we should expect less for ourselves and our families than what our ancestors enjoyed. Admittedly, there's a lot more of us. But we're a clever people, and looking after each other and sharing resources is still the way to go. So graduates, I would say expect great and wonderful things from your life. Life is good, we are naturally happy, and normally very good at looking after each other and the earth. I'll just suggest that you share your skills with the rest of us where you can, and keep following that beautiful spirit within you that got you this far. Do this, and I'm confident we can put together a world we can be proud of and a future that is worthy of our children. We can all do our bit. I'll do mine now by winding up and letting you graduate. Just want to say congratulations to all of you. Have a wonderful day and all the best in our collective futures. Thank you. Yeah.
I'm pleased to introduce Vice-Chancellor and President of Macquarie University, Professor S. Bruce Doughton.
Well, thank you, Chris Tobin, for your wonderfully generous, informative welcome to country again. It's terrific to have you along here today, and I urge us all as we are here on the Walla Medical campus of Macquarie University to tread lightly on this beautiful land that we have as an endowment from the Walla Medical people of the Darug Nation. Chris, thank you again for being along. Colleagues, guests, family and friends of our graduands, and most importantly, the graduating class yourselves. It is my distinct honour and pleasure to welcome each of you here today for this graduation ceremony. I bring our graduands the greetings of our Governing University Council and the apology of the Chancellor, Dr. Martin Parkinson, AC, who is not able to be with us today, so you have me standing in instead of Dr. Parkinson. It is our hope that today will be a very happy and memorable occasion for each of you and your guests that are joining us here today. Now, I did see that we have a number of small children, and I spotted a baby or two, including, I might add, the youngest member ever in a procession of the Academy at this university on stage today. Congratulations to Dr. Penny Euther and her beautiful daughter who is joining us here today. And I want you to know that children and babies are always welcome at graduation ceremonies at which I preside. I am a paediatrician by professional background. I can assure you I have heard far worse noise in my consulting room than any child could possibly cause here today. And if the Chancellor, Dr. Parkinson, were here, he is the former Secretary of the Department of Prime Minister and Cabinet, and he assures me he has heard far worse rancour in the Cabinet room of the Australian Parliament than a whole host of babies and children all screaming in chorus could possibly make. So I don't want parents to feel as though they need to take babies and children out of the room. Kids run around, have a good time, make a bit of commotion. Graduations are always better for being a celebration that involves children as far as I'm concerned. Now, graduands, today is a milestone day for each of you. We celebrate the wonderful accomplishments of you who are about to graduate. Completing a degree is never easy. It requires an intelligent and inquiring mind, determination, perseverance, and you've made many sacrifices along the way in the pursuit of this, your end goal. You've worked hard to get to this point, and you should feel very proud of what you have accomplished. And indeed, we as a university are just as proud of your achievements, and I will be pleased to greet each of you here today and congratulate you personally as you come across the stage to graduate. I also would like to especially welcome the families, supporters and friends of our graduands here with us as invited guests. The fact that you are with us today is proof positive that you have played a very important role and influence in the students getting to this day their graduation. And so to our invited guests, congratulations to each of you as well, and my thanks to you as well for joining us for this great celebration. Now, graduands, you may not realise that you are about to embark upon one of Europe's oldest social rituals. If you were to pick a date of, say, 1500 AD and look and see what social institutions existed back then that still exist today, you would only find about 60 in the Western world, including the Roman Catholic Church, the parliaments of England, Iceland and the Isle of Man, and 6 Swiss cantons, or local government areas. All the rest are universities. In fact, graduation ceremonies are even older than that. For more than 800 years, graduates have been donning gowns just like the ones you are wearing today and embarking upon ceremonies just as we are about to do here in the Michael Egan Hall. And since those earliest graduations, the ceremony has remained largely unchanged, a defining feature of the life of every university and its students as they graduate. Now, of course, we all realise that Macquarie University is not one of those ancient universities. In fact, we are just about 65 years old. And though we are among the youngest universities in the world, we are very proud to take part in this time-honoured tradition. We all know, I think, that youth does have its advantages. Macquarie is a very modern and outward-looking university. We enjoy an enviable reputation for our world-leading research, our research engagement and impact, and we are continually progressing by extending our collaborations, our course offerings, and our facilities. We have a proud tradition of innovation and discovery at this university, and our pioneering approach is built upon the notion of being a collaborative and collective learning community. It's a very exciting time for Macquarie University amidst much change, as the vision for this remarkable university and its short history continues to unfold. At a time, I would say, when the social licence of universities in Western democracies is being questioned, and I would urge us all to contemplate as we celebrate the remarkable accomplishments of transformation of lives that we see here before us today in every one of our graduates, the role that this and every university in the Australian democracy plays, and I advocate that each of us has a role to stand up for the place that universities have as being places of transformative learning and discovery that will help solve the big problems of the world. We have over 244,000, I think it is now, graduates living at more than 150 countries around the world. So we are a very international and outward-looking university. It's clear that we're on the move, and so are each of our graduands here today. Some of the things I think that we value here at Macquarie, most of all, will never change. Over my now almost 14 years with the great privilege of leading this university, I have had many visitors comment upon the friendliness and inclusiveness of our community of staff and students. This is inherent to the culture of this university, and I anticipate that it will always be so. And please do remember, graduands, that you will always be welcome back at Macquarie University. We will always be a leader in teaching and learning, a leader in the accumulation of wisdom, knowledge and understanding. However, our collective journey really is, I believe, about building community, where we have shared values, where we share so much in common, and where we care about each other, even when our points of view on some matters might be quite significantly divergent. In other words, an ideal community of scholars. Distinguished guests, academic and professional colleagues, and most importantly, our graduands and your guests. I offer you the warmest of welcomes to Macquarie University on this grand occasion. In just a few minutes, it will be my great honour to confer your degrees upon you and welcome you as lifelong members of that community of scholars we proudly call Macquarie University. Now, at this point in our celebration today, it is a great pleasure for me to introduce our occasional speaker, distinguished Professor Wendy Rogers. Professor Rogers graduated from Flinders University School of Medicine in 1983, and after foundational rotations in obstetrics and gynecology and paediatrics, she relocated to the United Kingdom for general practice training. And in 1988, she reduced her clinical practice, undertaking a philosophy honours degree and a PhD in medical ethics. She then moved to full-time academia with an NH&MRC Sydney Sachs postdoctoral fellowship. In 2003, she was appointed to lead the ethics teaching in the new graduate entry medical program at Flinders University, for which she was awarded a National Teaching Award. Alongside her teaching and research, Professor Rogers took an active role with the Australian Health Ethics Committee of the National Health and Medical Research Council, with major contributions to national guidelines on human research ethics and on organ donation. Since 2009, she has worked at Macquarie University, leading the clinical ethics teaching and undertaking research across a range of topics, including feminist ethics, overdiagnosis, transplant abuse, and the ethics of new technologies, including artificial intelligence, in fields such as surgical innovation and synthetic biology. Her work has been recognised with ethics awards from the International Association of Bioethics and the NH&MRC. I now invite distinguished Professor Wendy Rogers to please deliver the occasional address. Professor Rogers.
Good afternoon, everyone. I acknowledge the traditional custodians of the lands on which Macquarie University stands, the Wallamatigal clan of the Darug Nation, whose cultures and customs have nurtured and continue to nurture this land since time immemorial. I pay my respects to the elders, past and present. I acknowledge the presiding officer, members of the faculty staff, distinguished guests, and most of all, important of all, you graduates and your families and friends. And I thank you for this opportunity to speak with you today. As the Vice-Chancellor has mentioned, it's over 40 years since I graduated from medical school in 1983. So many things have changed since then, but the fundamental ethical foundation of healthcare remains constant. Care for the patient to the best of your ability. But rather than focusing on healthcare ethics, in which you're well versed, in this speech I want to share with you two experiences that I've had in my career. These experiences have stayed with me and taught me something valuable, and I hope that from these stories you may be able to take something away, something that resonates in your future careers. The first relates to teaching medical ethics. My initial academic appointment was to develop and deliver a medical ethics curriculum in a brand new graduate entry medical program when such programs were new in Australia. This was my dream job. My move into medical ethics had been a leap of faith, as there were no academic positions when I started my PhD. So it was quite a relief to find a job at the end of my postdoctoral fellowship. At that time, I had largely unique qualifications in Australia, with undergraduate degrees in medicine, philosophy, a medical ethics PhD, a postdoc and clinical experience across a range of specialties. So I felt well qualified to take up the job. I put a lot of effort into planning the new course, the content, the structure. I consulted my international colleagues, I wrote and rewrote my lectures. Then I delivered them. I was nervous. I read from my printed notes, keen not to miss out any of the important points I'd sweated over. The students were silent, some invisible in the gloom of a large lecture theatre. But I thought it had all gone reasonably well. Then I got the end-of-year feedback, which was devastating. The students claimed my teaching was based on my own opinions of right and wrong, that I didn't know my material as I had to read from notes, that it was boring, that ethics was all relative anyway. They wanted to learn important clinical material rather than wasting time on wishy-washy subjects like medical ethics. Took a few days to pick myself up from this, to work out what went wrong and how I could fix it. One challenge was communication. Clearly, I had been unable to convey the depth and richness and significance and value of medical ethics with lectures alone. So I added other learning activities, including poster presentations, an online game, a reflective task. Another major challenge was to address the students' view that medical ethics is just opinions. In response, I developed a research-based task to help students understand that medical ethics is a rigorous academic discipline, just like the other subjects they studied. Introducing debates taught students the skills to back up their decisions with justified ethical arguments rather than gut feelings, the so-called opinions. I learned new ways to engage the students and help them acquire the knowledge and understanding in ethics that would underpin their future practice. And the course did go on to win major awards. But in reflecting and thinking about this experience, one thing that strikes me, apart from the hard lessons I learned about teaching, is that communication is at the heart of teaching and of clinical practice. Another thing that came to my notice in thinking about it was the change in students' attitudes over time. Instead of seeing ethics as a boring imposition, I found in my teaching at Macquarie that today's students, many of you in fact, are more ethically aware, engaged and thoughtful than your peers from 2003. You're keen to understand what it might mean to act in a patient's best interests in medically and socially complex situations. And this attitudinal change gives me great comfort, especially as a potential future patient. The second story I'll share relates to serendipity. When I write my biography for grant applications, I can craft a coherent career narrative. But in reality, I didn't set out from medical school determined to be a medical ethics professor. I didn't know such roles would exist. Instead, I tried a few specialties and eventually qualified in general practice before realising it wasn't really for me. I then started a Bachelor of Arts degree in English Literature for fun, not knowing that it would lead me to philosophy and then medical ethics. And at various points in my career, I've made decisions that have felt relatively random, and I've been surprised at how things have worked out. New opportunities have arisen where I least expected them. For example, about 10 years ago, I started doing voluntary work with a non-government organisation focused on ending transplant abuse in China. The NGO is called ETAC. This activity was quite separate to my academic job, although it related to my professional interest in the ethics of organ donation. But through my work in ETAC, I developed a significant research question and led a mixed team of volunteers and academics to investigate the problem. The resulting paper on publication of unethical transplant research has become one of my most influential. It has triggered the retraction of 50 articles from various journals. And from this work, I've won international recognition including being named as Nature's 10 top people who mattered in science in 2019. But such accolades were far from my thoughts when I started with ETAC. And in fact, I became involved by accident when I misread an email about a conference where I was presenting and ended up at a film screening. To be honest, chance has played a big part in my career. In my research, getting one grant instead of another has set me in a certain direction, while alternative, equally promising avenues have closed down. Having a coffee with someone at a conference who then suggests a collaboration can trigger a whole new project. And building a research team to work with friends and mentor junior colleagues is a joy, but it can mean relinquishing at least some control of the research as others come up with new and often better ideas. So all of this is to say that while it's good to have a career plan, I recommend leaving a bit of wriggle room, no matter what area of practice you're in. Consider starting things for fun and acting on personal commitments. Keep an open mind about what your career will look like. Sometimes the detours provide an opening or trigger an interest that you never anticipated, leading in new directions and to unexpected outcomes far beyond those you might have dreamed of. In closing, let me return to ethics. For many of you, the factual material you have learnt so carefully over the past 4 years for your clinical practice will soon be out of date. Sorry. The context of practice in healthcare is changing rapidly in ways that we can't imagine. But through all of these changes, patients will remain at the centre of clinical practice. They will fare better or worse according to your capacity to listen, to understand their concerns, to communicate effectively and kindly, to treat them ethically. And despite the changing nature of clinical practice, ethics remains at the heart. Thank you, and my warmest congratulations to all of you.
Well, thank you, Professor Rogers, for a wonderful occasional address today. And graduands, in that address, whether you are a graduating student from medicine, another health science profession, or indeed all of our wonderful PhD graduates here today, there's a lot of wise thoughts in what Professor Rogers has said there today, and I commend that any time you are striking a problem along your career pathway, go back to the university's website, look for today, all graduations are recorded there. Go back, fast forward through anything I had to say, find Professor Rogers' speech and have a listen to it again. There are gems in there that I would urge you to not forget. For those in clinical practice, the centrality of communication being at the heart of clinical practice. I have an amplifier, so I'm going to win. But also keeping that curiosity and having an open mind to do sometimes things for fun, to pursue something in your career that might be out of a personal interest or out of a personal commitment. So there are a lot of things in Professor Rogers' address today that reflect great wisdom from the experience she has had as a clinician, as a leader in the field of medical ethics. And I have particular interest, particularly for those in the health practice areas, that you all do take heed to what she has said, because I'm getting to the age of my life, and I think I'm the oldest one amongst the folks up here and probably amongst the oldest in the audience. I have an interest in all of my practitioners today being youthful, so they will outlive me, and I may be on your doorstep looking for help along the way. And I would be very grateful if you would remember the sound advice given to you by Professor Rogers today. Please join me in thanking her again. Now, as the Vice-Chancellor of Macquarie University, I especially look forward to presiding at ceremonies such as today's and conferring the degrees upon those who have complied with all the university's requirements for such awards. I now call upon our Acting Registrar, Dr. Belinda Tiffin, to formally certify the eligibility of all those who have met all the requirements for these awards. Now, that is that you were never late for an assignment. You turned up at every class. May I receive that guarantee, please?
They look a reliable bunch, Vice-Chancellor. Vice-Chancellor, I certify that all of the candidates being presented here today and those who are absent have satisfied the requirements of the Academic Senate for the degrees they are to be awarded. Would all candidates for admission to degrees please stand? That's you in the funny hat.
That's you.
Please stand up.
That's you. In the name of the Macquarie University Council and by my authority delegated from the Council as Vice-Chancellor, I admit each of you present and those who are absent to the degrees for which you have qualified. Graduates, congratulations.
Graduates, please be seated. Vice-Chancellor, the graduates at this ceremony are from the Faculty of Medicine, Health and Human Sciences. I now call on Professor Patrick McNeill, Deputy Vice-Chancellor, Medicine and Health and Executive Dean at the Faculty of Medicine, Health and Human Sciences, to present the graduates. Professor McNeill.
Vice-Chancellor and President, the graduates at this ceremony are from the Faculty of Medicine, Health and Human Sciences, which contains two schools, the Macquarie Medical School and the School of Psychological Sciences, and three departments, Health Sciences, Chiropractic and Linguistics, as well as the Research Institute, the Australian Institute of Health Innovation. The faculty is a core component of Macquarie University Health, which is a unique academic health enterprise in Australia. Macquarie is the only university that integrates its learning and research with clinical practice here on our campus at our own health service, Macquarie University Health. Our health service provides the opportunity for students enrolled within the faculty to learn or to undertake research in an environment where real health practice is occurring. And the faculty is very proud of the way it integrates its learning and its health and medical research with patient care, captured by the purpose of Macquarie University Health in three words: heal, learn, discover. In research, the faculty has particular strengths in areas that link to our health practice, including neurosciences, psychological sciences, cancer, clinical trials, and health systems research, amongst others. And students in the faculty are studying one of 9 undergraduate degrees or a larger number of postgraduate coursework or research degrees. I'll be presenting graduates from a range of degrees, but the majority of graduates to be presented are from the faculty's Doctor of Medicine, as well as a significant number of graduates in our research masters and PhD programs. Vice-Chancellor and President, I present to you the graduates from the Faculty of Medicine, Health and Human Sciences whom you've admitted to degrees or awarded diplomas. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Psychology Honours, Class 1. Izzy DeLorme. Gianna Edirimane. Anaya Mishra. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts Psychology with the degree of Bachelor of Speech, Hearing and Language Sciences, Liam Ware. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration and Bachelor of Psychology. Samantha Anderson. Arabella Archibald. Liam Curlin. Rachel Richardson. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Cognitive and Brain Sciences and Bachelor of Psychology. Marinda Pasanai. I beg your pardon. Marinda Cummings Pasanai. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Commerce and Bachelor of Psychology. Lamia Azizi. Hannah Bridson. Caitlin Dmitrievsky. Thai Nagain. Harry Randall. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Commerce with the degree of Bachelor of Arts Psychology. Anishka Ramsashit. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Human Sciences and Bachelor of Cognitive and Brain Sciences. Natalie Simons. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Human Sciences and Bachelor of Psychology. Georgia Newell. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Marketing and Media and Bachelor of Psychology. Dayton Guai. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Medical Sciences and Bachelor of Cognitive and Brain Sciences. Jacinta Huey. Zena Elizabeth Kitcher. Zoe Zuza. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Science and Bachelor of Cognitive and Brain Sciences. Loai Najjar. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Chiropractic Science, Michael Nguyen. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Clinical Science, Victor Duahi. Luke Headley. Emma Ridley. Recipient of the Macquarie University Award for Academic Excellence, Luke Willis. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Exercise and Sports Science, Kashini Kathishan. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Human Sciences, Abby Frendon. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Linguistics and Language Sciences, Dorothy Villanueva. Hyunbi Yu. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Psychology, Ilnor Aksoy. Maxwell Bell. Sophia Benson. Sophia Bird. Tess Boyle. Phoebe Bray. Grace Brown. Charlotte Cooper. Sunduria Deshmukh. Angel Ear. Hope Elias. Tamara Foster. Zoe George. Nathan Gibbons. Brianna Gleason. Rebecca Grundy. Lamisha Harwat. Tessa Hemming. Christina Horiashopoulos. Rintaro Ikuta. Lisa Joseph. Hannah Kim. Samuel Kim. Amy Kosef. Andrea Kristovic. Anushka Mashud. Ava McGrath. Natalia Marino. Pawashar Naeem. Malavika Nair. Afruza Parvin. Suthan Peru Mainar. Abigail Roberts. Mario Rapolo. Tien Ryan Tho. Abubakar Siddiqui. Najeen Salahi. Jennifer Sadie. Uzma Sheikh. Zoe Taylor. Thoraya Tofeli. Wolfgang Uhl. Winnie Erman Hazi. Evangeline Valderis. William Van Brugge. Lucy Viertel. Mitchell Walker. Phoebe Wong. Tanner Woodhead. Justine Yanko. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Speech and Hearing Sciences. Rebecca Chalmers. Christine Nagain. I present graduates admitted to one of our newest degrees. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Graduate Certificate of Clinical Trial Operations. Heidi Fernside. Vicky Katsioulis. Xiaowen Erin Lee. Jessette Lozano. Cheryl Macadam. To Sun Ming Si. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Master of Applied Linguistics and TESOL and Master of Early Childhood. Charmaine Eunice Ong So. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Doctor of Physiotherapy. Alana Council. Patrick Sikombi. Aaron Wilson. I present graduates submitted to the degree of Master of Applied Linguistics and TESOL. Dang Nyok Min. Viviana Francisca Gonzalez Rodriguez. Nguyen T. Zhu Fung. I present graduates submitted to the degree of Master of Chiropractic. Irfan Amzar. Yuan Lee. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Clinical Neuropsychology. Madeline Skinner. Madeline Spence. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Public Health. Uyanga Dandar. Aminul Islam Khan. Anjana Makaju. Zabin Momtaz Nimi. Ashriya Pradhan. Kanij Shamin. Rahana Yasmin. Fatima Tuz Zohora. I present graduates submitted to the degree of Master of Translation and Interpreting Studies. Kim Sang-un. Kong Kong Zhu. I present graduates submitted to the degree of Master of Translation and Interpreting Studies, Advanced. Yi B. Misaki Shimamoto. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Doctor of Medicine. Sandra Abdal. Anisha Amara Sikara. Suleiman Sultan Janbangash. Bailey Marie Lynn Brumby. Barbara Shea Buckland. Nazli Chalik. Emma Carboni. Cameron Chang. Sarah Collinson. Nathan Johan. Natasha Isles. Jack Folder. Dylan Foskett. Francine Giannakopoulos. Rosepreet Gurn. Inga Goosen. Madhuma Ralage Vishantri Gavini Gunasekara. Hannah Catherine Hall. Rohit Howard. Joseph Hazel. Matthew Hook. Joseph Ianella. Tia Iaquinto. Kenza Ibri. Sam Isherwood Critchley. Thomas Kandatipa Rambil. Ethan Kettle. Mariam Abdul Sattar Kodul. Hayrath Mudian Se Laga Ko Di Sing He. Ethan Cool. Matthew Kostic. Ollie Liang. Michelle Loku Gamashi. Lufan Naha Mahdia. Lufan Naha. Sorry, this is wrong.
It's Dana Molly.
Yeah, it's wrong. Sorry, Dana Mali Mahali. Abhishek Mahija. Jacob Mangion. Leandra McIntosh. Timothy McKay. Sudvi Naresh. Ruby Nichols. Finn O'Sullivan. Christelle Pagonis. Praveen Pereira. Jacqueline Piscopus. Devandi Ranatonga. Nuran Rashid. Divya Rodriguez. Hasimran Sida. Jeevan Sekon. Alexia Squillaci. Lucy Stewart. Kirsten Tiffany Sullivan. Tobias Tay. Roman Tipitot Martin. Tia Tisnanis. Andrew Turner. Venkata Vila. Ava Wright. Jacqueline Yazdani. Isabella Young. Vice-Chancellor and President, a high degree by research is awarded to a graduate who has successfully completed a program of study in which the defining characteristic is research. The Master of Public Health Research is awarded to a graduate who has successfully completed a program of study in which the defining characteristic is competency in applied public health research. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Master of Public Health Research. Gansi Seg Gambold for a thesis entitled Exploring the Impact of Breastfeeding Practices in the First 6 Months on Childhood Morbidity, Global Evidence and Insights from Mongolia. Our Master of Research is a 2-year full-time equivalent research training degree consisting of research-based coursework, postgraduate research training and a major research project. Graduates are focused on a specific research topic to produce a thesis of up to 20,000 words in preparation to a doctoral degree. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Research. Xiao Hui Chen for a thesis entitled Exploring Manifold Asymmetry in Interaction-Focused Intervention for Aphasia. Ria Dabari Kaur for a thesis entitled Radiomics and Cluster Analysis in Assessment and Treatment of Chronic Rhinosinusitis. Katrina Gay-Tatsis for a thesis entitled Assessing Head and Neck Cancer-Related Lymphedema Using Indocyanine Green Lymphography, a pilot study. Fatemi Gubnizad for a thesis entitled Logicians versus Statisticians. Logicians versus Statisticians. Individual differences in intuitive thinking. The Doctor of Philosophy is awarded to graduates who have demonstrated the capacity to conduct research independently by forming a distinct contribution to the knowledge of the subject and to afford evidence of coherence and originality shown either by the discovery of new facts or by the exercise of independent critical power. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy with the degree of Master of Clinical Neuropsychology. Dr. Ashley Behrens for a thesis entitled Social Experiences in ADHD, Exploring the Interplay of Individual Characteristics and the School Context Using Qualitative and Quantitative Methods. Dr. Aishani Bharat Desai awarded the Vice-Chancellor's Commendation for Postgraduate Research for a thesis entitled Profiling Clinical Characteristics and Factors Associated with Return to Productivity Following Traumatic Brain Injury in Adults, Implications for Management. Dr. Michael Morshell awarded the Vice-Chancellor's Commendation for Postgraduate Research for a thesis entitled Cognitive Deficits in the Digital Age, Assessing the Neuropsychological Impacts and Interventions for Disordered Screen Use. Dr. Lorna Pembroke awarded the Vice-Chancellor's Commendation for Postgraduate Research for a thesis entitled Prostate Cancer-Related Cognitive Impairment, Psychosocial Factors, Impact and Management. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Nargis Batul for a thesis entitled Evaluation of the Use and Impact of Potentially Inappropriate Medicines in Australian Residential Aged Care. Dr. Mona Dahagi for a thesis entitled Decoding COVID-19, Kynurenine Pathway Alterations and Proteomic Signatures in Acute and Long COVID Manifestations. Dr. Leah Dudley for a thesis entitled The Underlying Mechanisms that Drive Positive Mood Improvement Following Diet Change, investigating the causal role of diet via psychological factors and biological processes in mental health disorders. Dr. Bahar Kavani for a thesis entitled Utilisation of a Multi-Platform Approach to Identify New Biomarkers of Disease Severity and Progression in Myalgic Encephalomyelitis Chronic Fatigue Syndrome. Dr. Marjorie Lai for a thesis entitled A Psychological Study of Biases in Judgments of Music Across Cultures. Dr. Jing Liu for a thesis entitled Physical Activity and Post-Traumatic Stress Disorder Symptoms, an exploration of cognitive and psychological mechanisms. Dr. Aidan McCarthy for a thesis entitled Optimising Performance and Physical Screening Strategies in a Military Environment, a Machine Learning Approach. Dr. Vishwan Ram Palanivel for a thesis entitled Understanding the Role of Neuropeptide Y in Ameliorating the Degenerative Changes in Glaucoma. Dr. Yixu Kwan awarded the Vice-Chancellor's Commendation for Postgraduate Research for a thesis entitled The Synergistic Effects of Music and Exercise on Psychological and Cognitive Outcomes. Dr. Natalie Skinner for a thesis entitled Communicative Competence, Cultural and Linguistic Diversity and Social Interaction, an exploratory study of communication disability and agency in childhood. The University Medal is the university's most prestigious academic award and is awarded to students who have demonstrated exceptional academic excellence throughout their university studies. Vice-Chancellor and President, I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Doctor of Medicine with the University Medal for Medicine and recipient of the Macquarie University Award for Academic Excellence, Zacchaeus Hopkins. Vice-Chancellor and President, that completes this afternoon's presentation of the graduates from the Faculty of Medicine, Health and Human Sciences.
Vice-Chancellor, I call on Zacchaeus Hopkins, who graduated with a Doctor of Medicine, to speak on behalf of the graduating group.
Vice-Chancellor, members of the university, fellow graduates and guests. Today marks the end of one chapter and the beginning of another. When we first walked onto campus, most of us were excited and a little bit terrified. Our first lectures, patience, and real responsibilities each reminded us how much there was to learn. We practiced the cardiac examination 100 times, celebrated our first successful cannula, and tried to stay calm when we went blank in an OSCE. Along the way, we discovered that growth rarely happens in comfort. It happens when we are uncertain, challenged, and pushed. We learnt to be comfortable being uncomfortable, and that skill will serve us for the rest of our lives. On our journey, we have also learnt to rely on more than ourselves. To our families, friends, and partners, we thank you. Thank you for your patience when we disappeared into our studies and for your belief in us during the moments we doubted ourselves. Your support is the reason we are here today. We step into a profession that is constantly evolving. We cannot thrive simply by following the ways of the past. Somebody will need to improve systems, reimagine care, and bring new ideas to old problems, and that somebody will be us. Yet change in medicine isn't only about invention or leadership, it's also the small everyday choices. Being kind on a busy ward, supporting an overworked colleague, recalling what it felt like to be unsure. These quiet moments will define the culture we create and the kind of doctors we will become. I am reminded of the guidance that shaped my own journey. My mentor said to me many years ago, "Only pursue medicine if you cannot see yourself doing anything else." At the time, I heard it as a warning, but over the years it revealed itself as a truth. It taught me that this path doesn't demand perfection or absolute certainty. It asks for purpose. That purpose is why we chose medicine, to care for others, to act with compassion, and to approach our work with humility. If we carry this purpose forward, it will guide the way that we care for others and the kind of doctors we will become. To my fellow graduates, may we never forget why we began this journey. Congratulations.
There are very few people for which I have to lower this microphone. Well, again, friends, colleagues, there you have a wonderful responsorial address from our student, the university medalist, Dr. Zach Hopkins. What a wonderful, again, set of words for our new graduates to reflect upon, to think upon, to go back and find. And I was particularly taken by the notion that comfort comes when we are uncomfortable. And I would urge you to think very carefully on Zach's words today. A wonderful set of words, Zach. Thank you. Congratulations on your degree. Please join me in thanking Dr. Zach Hopkins again. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that wonderful operatic voice belongs to Ms. Angela Brewer, who is the founder and artistic director of Coast Opera Australia. And we are lucky to have Angela along today. She sings at most of our graduations. Emeritus Chancellor, the late Michael Egan, after whom this hall is named, used to note that if Angela couldn't come along to sing, he would have to sing. And he said it often enough that Angela was taken ill one day and he actually did sing, but that's a story for another day. Please join me in thanking Angela again. Please join me in also thanking our musicians on the organ, University organist Heather Mowen-Boyd, and on the Chinese transverse flute, Dr. Chai Chang-ing. I would also like to take this opportunity to acknowledge and thank representatives from our alumni community who've generously offered their time to ensure that today runs smoothly so that you may all celebrate this occasion. Thank you to our alumni for being along today. And finally, let me please ask you to join me in thanking our technical staff. We do simulcast these graduations so families who can't be here today can see the graduation ceremony live all around the world. Please join me in thanking our technical staff. Graduates, this ceremony marks a change in your relationship with Macquarie University, but I certainly hope that it is not the end of your association with us. From today onwards, you are now part of that larger Macquarie family. As I mentioned earlier, our alumni network now well over 200,000 graduates spanning more than 150 countries around the world. They welcome you to the fold, and this is the beginning of the next chapter of your lives. We look forward to seeing you back on campus, perhaps to attend alumni events, to undertake, perhaps not on top of mind now, further study, or simply to visit our beautiful campus and remember back to the good times you've all had as students of Macquarie University. Now, graduates, the award of a university degree carries many opportunities and privileges, but my view is that, like all privileges, it also carries responsibilities. I urge you to commit yourselves to lifelong learning and inquiry. I urge you to set ambitious goals for yourselves. I urge you to continue the hard work that has already brought you so far. At Macquarie, we pride ourselves in developing each and every one of our students into engaged community citizens and leaders. And so I urge you, our graduates, to always give thought to what you might be able to do for others along the way. You don't have to do very much sometimes to make a real difference in someone else's life. Sometimes a quiet word, a gentle gesture can mean an enormous amount to another fellow traveller. I challenge you to continue to exercise sound judgment and initiative and to always be generous in offering practical advice and wisdom to those you meet along life's journey. My hope is that as Macquarie University graduates, you will use what you have learned here not only for your own benefit and the benefit of your family, but also for the betterment of the community at large. And in all you do, I charge you to uphold the good name of Macquarie University. It is also my great hope that you will always remember the people who have helped you out along the way, many of whom are with you here today. And so to acknowledge their contribution and thank them for it, I'm going to ask our new graduates to do a couple of things for me, please. First of all, I'd like all of our new graduates to please stand. Now I'd like you to place your testimers on your seats behind you and turn around and face your family and friends and give them a mighty round of applause in appreciation. Now, you might turn around, but don't sit down just yet. Here on the stage are representatives of our academic staff who have supported you throughout your journey. Please join me in thanking them as well. Now, graduates, please do pick up your testament from the seat behind you. I would not like you to leave that behind. The official party will soon leave the graduation hall, followed by the graduates through the central aisle. As we do, our university organist will play the traditional recessional music that has been played at graduations ceremonies just like this one for a very long while. The music set to an age-old verse of Latin lyrics, which begins, Gaudeamus igitur, dom sumus juvenes. In translation, this graduation exit song starts out, therefore let us rejoice, for we will always be young. The song speaks in a whimsical way of youth and old age at the very same time, of the brevity of life and the inevitability of death, of state and city, and indeed of happiness. Now might I ask everyone to please stand. Shortly I will lead the official party out of the Michael Egan Hall, followed by the graduates, and I invite you all to join us for some light refreshments around that way, to my left. Again, to the newest graduates of Macquarie University, my warmest congratulations and every best wish for your futures to be filled with success, satisfaction, and most importantly, happiness. I say again in closing this wonderful day of celebration for you, Gaudeamus igitur, therefore let us rejoice.